Hi, good evening all. I'm being made in charge to the final stage, like I'm the pilot who is running the or navigating the plane, which is quite late. I know it's late in the evening. We are running behind schedule. So my responsibility is that I land this plane safely for the awards function now. So good evening all. I think the day has been very insightful with a lot of AI-related conversations we have had with many folks coming in and talking, many panels speaking about it. So this panel will explore how banks, insurers, and financial services institutions can build a cyber-resilient framework with artificial intelligence becoming deeply embedded across core operations. Be it digital banking, underwriting, payments, claims, fraud detection, and customer engagement. While AI enables speed, scale, and intelligence, it also introduces new threat vectors, dependencies, and systematic risks that traditional security frameworks were not designed to handle. The objective of this discussion is to move beyond theoretically cybersecurity conversations and focus on practical, board-relevant questions. How do we secure AI-driven architectures? How to organize, prepare for AI-enabled attacks? And how do we ensure resilience, continuity, recovery, and trust when prevention alone is no longer sufficient? While I'll move on to my first question, and I'll go to Mr. Chandra. Chandra, in terms of, in your opinion, AI is now embedded in underwriting, claims, payments, and customer journeys. From a CISO's lens, what new cyber risks does AI introduce that traditional security programs were not designed to handle? What's your take on that?
Yeah, sure. So AI is fundamentally changing the cyber risk landscape because it has introduced autonomous decision makings and dynamic learning in the core business systems. If you see that traditionally cybersecurity, how it is protecting is, it is protecting systems, network, data, not the systems which are making decisions, which are continuously evolving. So how to protect again these AI-based threats? So for the AI-based cyber risk, it includes, I would say, first, model manipulations and what we call prompt injections. So the attacks are first normally manipulating the models through these AI systems, and it crafting prompt and poisoning the inputs, and through that it tried to attack the systems which are used for underwritings, a claim settlement, all these cases. And the second one which I see which is very much known in the AI security landscape, that is data poisoning risk. So these AI systems and models are very much dependent on the training data. And what attackers are attacking on these data sets which are used for this underwritings, claim settlement, all this purpose. And the third, which is most important, what I see is sensitive data leakage to AI. Employees normally they are unknowingly exposing the when the customer's PI informations or financial data, financial informations or other confidential informations, because they are very much now dependent on using generative AI tools and also the third-party AI autonomous systems which they are using for the day-to-day purposes. So because of this, how to protect? So the way that traditionally how we protect is for the systems data is not enough. So now we have to change the methods of protecting cyber risk through this AI security of models, decisions, trust, and outcome.
Thanks, Chandra. That's quite insightful and a long-winded answer to a very complex question about how AI is being handled from a security perspective. So if I ask my next question to Mrinmoy, if in terms of cyber resilience goes beyond prevention, how are BFSI institutions strengthening incident response, recovery, and business continuity in an AI-driven environment? If I were to add also with the fact that we've got Mythos, it's a flavor of the town, and even our finance minister has been concerned and has had discussions with the various regulator. So from a resilience standpoint, what's the prevention out there from an AI threats we are facing?
Thanks, Ram, for the question. I think the mindset needs to be changed first. So initially, what we do initially have the prevent and block mindset to contain, recover, and how to detect and adapt. So adaptability is one of the most important thing here, that you cannot claim that you will not face any attack. So attack will happen, but how your systems recover fast, what level of resiliency you have in place. And since the other speakers have also mentioned, you have to do the red teaming assessment. One of the speaker earlier has said, do you do the red teaming in 365 once in a year or not? So how frequently you are doing, and now we are doing a continuous assessment card. So those type of things, and is your playbook is still relevant? Is your playbook is still giving you that type of output? So those things are still important to give you and test it at repeated intervals, because attacks will happen. It is not that you are 100% foolproof. So attack will keep on happening, but how fast you recover it and without any impact on your normal day-to-day process. So that I'll say the mindset needs to be changed, and adaptability is much of the important thing.
Thanks, Mrinmoy. If I push this question, the next question to sorry, it's number 3. It's Mr. Gajanan Raut. Sorry, sir. How do you balance speed of innovation with security by design when AI models and data pipelines evolve continuously? If you could share some insights on that.
Thank you. So I will tell you a couple of incidences. How the security is evolving, for the last, 10 years. Earlier, if you consider the physical security, security guards at the gates. Earlier, we used to keep only one guard at the out gate. Okay, that too, he was not asking, any kind of the identity. By default, he was allowing everybody in the organization. Nowadays, if you see, the guard is at the out gate. He's checking all the identity cards of all the employees, of the visitors and all that. Another, if you enter the second level, there is a bag checking machine, okay, which checks all the baggages and all. There is a biometric login. On each floor of the organization, there are separate authentication, there are separate machines. So the same the logic applies to the information security. Earlier, we had only user ID and password, but gradually we entered into the 2FA kind of thing, multi-factor authentication kind of thing, not at the application level, but at all components, okay, whether it is API, whether it is model now, and OS level, or all levels. So this is one example. As the physical security is evolving, the information security has also evolved. So this is one component. Second, there is a story, and very interesting story. One of my friend, who is a banker, got transferred from South Mumbai branch to some rural branch in Meghalaya 5 years down the line. Okay, and that branch was very rural, all surrounded by the tribal population. One fine morning, some 10 to 12 tribals entered in his branch, okay, in the one fine morning, and they were asking, manager, where is my money? So literally he has to show the cash of 100 rupees, 500 rupees, okay? So this is one incidence, okay? They were not trusting. And regularly, every week, those tribals were visiting the branch, and he has to show literally the cash that your money is intact. Now, you know, he got the more information, and the tribals were visiting the branch when earlier branch manager was also there. So I thought these people are the pioneers, okay, in the, AI security, okay? Because the principle number one, they are not trusting anybody. They are not trusted any manager, previous manager. Second, there is a continuity. One type is the validation. Second is the continuous re-verification. So here also, in terms of the AI, and when we implement the AI in different systems, okay, the security should be continuous, and it is throughout the application. It is not the one-time activity. So security by design will come when you write your application, when you write the single function, okay. When you write the code, it should be tested by the one security test case. So it will start from very inception of the writing the code or any configuration. So it should start from that. When we talk of the AI, when we build the model, so model verification should be done continuously. Security of the model, bias of the model should be done continuously. And whatever is the information security policy of the organization should be imbibed, okay, by default at all the stages of the application life cycle. Without that, you will not be able to survive. Recently, many BFSI organizations are having the committees of the AI committee comprising of the compliance, technology and business, wherein they will check all the aspects of the AI security regularly, will check whether the compliance is in place, whether security is in place, okay? All these things will be taken care of these committees.
Thank you, Gajanan, sir. If I were to take the next question to Maulik, Maulik, in terms of as cloud becomes a backbone of AI-driven enterprises, because there is a lot of cloud involvement in AI, what does resilient digital architecture looks like in BFSI today?
Good evening. Thank you, Ram, for this question. And I believe for this BFSI architecture, we need to understand the digital and the cyber resiliency architecture for having this BFSI onto it, right? So in the earlier days, we were just relying on the infrastructure and the uptime of the technologies, right? But in today's world, it's not sufficient. We need to have continuous monitoring, detection, uptime of the same, recovery of it, and the high availability of the resources. That's where the cyber resiliency or the digital resiliency would come into. I would say that would be the most effective architecture of it. Now, considering just one very simple example, I will just take 1 minute. Customer is doing the UPI transaction of 2,000 rupees. He's using the mobile application. Mobile application is hosted on the cloud. So the first thing that we need to understand in the cyber resiliency is the placement of the applications, which is a cloud or the hybrid mode of it. The second part is the customer is using the authentication where the zero trust architecture would come into the picture. The device would also have the zero trust architecture. So second part is zero trust, you need to have it. No need to trust any device, any endpoint, any user. That's the second most important part of it. The third part is the continuous API gateway or the API communication is happening to the payment systems. So the third and the most important part which is required, and that is the faster part of it, that is the APIs of all the AI modeling that we need to have it, agentic AI that we need to have it. Fourth is detection, prevention, and the monitoring. Over there, we need to introduce the AI models. So till 3 points, we are not even using the AI, but the fourth part of it, the AI is the most important part of it, where the prevention and the monitoring of the transaction is happening. The fraudulent transaction is being captured. And the fifth part is, if my data or if my banking system is going down, how fast I'm going to recover it, how fast my data is resilient. So that is the fourth part of it, the most important part, which is the data resiliency. I have data on my cloud, I have data on my premises, how fast I would be doing my active setup, my high availability part of it. That's the fourth point, I would say, which is most important in the architecture point of view. In this way, we would be able to have more effective digital resiliency. There are a lot of more parameters that we need to take into the consideration, but yes, these are the most 4 important part of it. I believe.
Thanks, Maulik, for that. Mahesh, getting to you, and I think we spoke about the first line, second line. I think compliance is an important part. How should risk and compliance frameworks evolve to address AI-powered cybersecurity tools?
Good evening, everyone. So I think from compliance point of view, every organization required to have the compliance ecosystem around the technology what you adopted over here. Especially the BFSI is tightly regulated by RBI and other regulatory bodies. Now, Lalit sir said that initially we were having I can just articulate that banks were now today become a palace. We have many doors in the means of mobile banking, internet banking, UPI, lot of payments, and one more is got added now, AI. Now, AI-driven tools we started offering, and around that we also required to bring the compliance. Ironically, BFSI industry started adopting AI very aggressively, but at the same time they do not have proper compliance and governance control around this system. That is where we are far lacking behind. We go ahead, we implement it, but we don't know what are the consequences when this system is going down. That is what he's rightly said. When regulator comes, they actually require explainability, the tool which you adopted. And when explainability comes, you need to bring the governance and ecosystem around to that technology. What it may be your internet banking or AI. AI is just, we are started adopting and then we are saying, but these all technology required some kind of compliance over there. Now, there are various frameworks which are available into the industry. NIST framework is there. Then you have ISO frameworks. But are they able to, upgrade themselves the way AI is evolving, right? They are more onto the checklist kind of point of view. I mean, all of you are doing the audit, you do some kind of checklist by karna hai, report submit karna hai RBI ko, chalo ho gaya apna. I mean, this is a factual thing, I'm ground reality mein bol raha hu. But are you really doing the effectiveness testing with your team? The solution which you are implemented, that is where actual compliance comes into the picture. That is your key risk self-assessment come into the picture. You have implemented, you need to test it on regular basis. And that testing makes when you create awareness to your staff. You implemented the co-pilot in your organization, how many times you have conducted the training for the staff which gives the ethical use of the co-pilot. And how you can educate them, ki, boss, you don't have to put all other information in co-pilot, be specific what you want to get out, right? Otherwise you start putting all your PI data and other information and you're expecting to, provide. One fine day, this is going to create a nuisance for the entire organization. Then European Union has implemented the AI Act. There are many important aspects into the AI Act which we can adopt, rather we can implement it in our organization. Not necessarily that it has to be copycatted, but definitely you can think about it. So these are the aspects please put it.
Quick time check. I think we got only 40 seconds to this, but so I'll do a quick fire with all my panelists. I'll start with my panelist from extreme left. Which security decision should never be fully automated by AI in BFSI? One answer, please. I don't want a long-winded answer.
Governance and compliance.
Governance and compliance. Fantastic. Over to you.
Human-centric decision AI cannot automate.
Great. Thank you.
High payment transactions.
Okay. I will ask the question again. Which security decision should never be fully automated by AI in BFSI? Should never be. It's fireside. Come on, quick.
Human in the loop, never be ignored.
Okay. Back to you, Chandra.
Yeah, so we can depend on all the data.
One answer, not one long-winded answer,
Yeah.
single answer.
Yes, of course. So the final decision we can't use for the final decision. We should verify before taking a decision.
Yet it's a single word I wanted. You're giving me a long answer. Everybody has given a single answer.
Okay. So one is we can take immutable backup, which should be which we can't depend on AI.
Okay. Great, thanks. So with that, I think time is up. Anybody from the audience who can wants to ask a question to any of the panelists, please do so. I know it's, as I said, if anything AI could automate is how Indians can manage time. I think we are not able to. I think that's the closing statement I will make. Thanks.